So when he was discharged from the hospital, he was given an initial diagnosis of schizophrenia. That was really a very difficult diagnosis to hear.
Friends knew that I was having difficulties at work concentrating because of hospitalization of a family member and trying to figure out what was going on.
But at night, this big, dark cloud would just descend on her, and it was like she was transparent.
My mental illness is bipolar disorder. That would be called level 2 in my case. So I get depression more, and I've had little bouts of mania at times. It was bleak. It was definitely a miserable time in those years, and I didn't know what it was. I hadn't been diagnosed with a depression or anything, so all I could say was that it was anguish, and I was living on my own at the time, so it was also lonely too.
I'd say the first warning signs were when I was 8, my first suicidal ideation, and yeah, when I was 12, that's when it really hit hard.
Then she had a brain spec, and that came back confirming that she had bipolar. It took a while before we could actually get her on medication. In there, between diagnosis and getting on the medication, she had a suicide attempt.
I go to the fridge and I pour myself a cup of milk, and I'm just walking, and I go into the bathroom and I grab all the pills that I can out of the medicine thing, and I put it in my mouth, and I pour the milk in my mouth and trying to commit suicide.
I think the worst thing that parents deal with, when your child gets sick, the thing that we're the most worried about is that they're going to die. And for parents of a child with mental illness, that's also your worst fear. After the suicide attempt, she was on 24-hour watch. And so we did a lot of walking, and we walked into Starbucks one day in Horseshoe Bay, and they had a poster for the Family to Family course. And then I called and I talked with Marguerite and decided, yes, I want to be in the next course for sure.
I called the number that was on this piece of paper that I had saved, and was just so welcomed.
I needed information, and I needed to talk to people who knew what I was going through.
I was probably in denial that there was really even any sort of problem. And by going to this sort of class, you're really admitting that there is a problem.
I've noticed things have improved considerably in the support I'm getting since I know the questions to ask.
The most important message we want to get out to families is to not go it alone, and that you are not alone. The North Shore Schizophrenia Society is comprised of families who have gone through this journey with their loved one, and they're here to support you in your journey.
From day one, it's been a relief. To be part of this group has been a relief from the first phone call.
Certainly I can say that pulling at my bootstraps just never worked by itself, because I needed a combination of psychiatry and medication together.
It helped me so much in my communication with Savannah. She was so thankful, and she thanked me for taking it.
I'm so grateful that we have this. It's such a blessing to be able to have the support center here.
So that's what I got from the Family to Family class. I got information. I got a chance to express myself with people who know what's going on, because they're going through the same thing.
My mom said to me, you don't have to live like this. You don't have to live like this. And I realized, meds. She was talking about meds. what if they work? So she made me make a promise to her. She's like, make a promise that you'll take them. And I was like, yeah, okay, I will.
And like my daughter was starting to come back to me, and it was like a miracle. It really was. I think when things were the worst, Greg, my husband, Savannah's dad, went out and picked up these rocks, and they were very meaningful just at the time. So we went out and bought this one for him.
And the cool thing is, it actually happened.
We
I got hope. We forgave everyone, and
we had our miracle of healing
got our
for
miracle.
Savannah.